find out today, the lady I thought who had my cats, it was a mistake of identity of the cats. I thought it looked like my cat in the window. I was wrong. Well, I'm still looking for my cats. So, Timmy and Bonkers. I'm losing my mind here. I'm already, and I'm taking more desperate actions to try to find him. What happened is I managed to get a hold of the person's sister. That lady's sister at the house there. And that's how I was able to get a hold of her and find out if those cats were mine or not. She didn't want to go that route, but all she had to do was answer her door and had a conversation. I don't know. This has become very costly for me right now. I mean, it's costing me gas. It's already cost me money for posters. I had to reprint posters again for Timmy. Postcards and everything. I did start a GoFundMe for this. Hello. Why am I not getting no sound? So, I do have a link below in the description if anybody wants to help me out with this situation. I am losing it so bad right now. I mean, I just found Timmy here. Again, and this happened again. And I'm just getting finally microchipped. What the heck? Why is the voice thing not working? Basically, I found out who the person I thought had my cats wasn't the person that had my cats at all. She didn't have my cats at all, period. That's what it is. It was a mistake of that's why. It was a mistake of identity. Because I thought I saw the cats in her window, looked like my cats. I was pretty damn sure of it, and I got a closer look. It wasn't them. It wasn't him. So yeah, I feel bad. I was like, I mean, I didn't want to call the cops or anything, but I didn't want to do that. But, I mean, she wouldn't answer her door. It wouldn't answer the door to the cops. So I decided to go to the city's website, find out who owned the house, the property owner, which that's how I found her sister. Because the sister is a property owner of the property. She went over there and she called me up and told me she did not have her cats, and I went to meet her over there and checked it out. She did not have my cats. Come to find out. Yeah. I'm going nuts here. And I'm missing my babies. I mean, and people were saying, a few people were saying, hope the person who got them gives them a good home. Well, the last time when I found Timmy, apparently wasn't a good home. He was dumped off. So, you're hoping for something like that. Well, that didn't happen. Where I found Timmy at when Timmy came up missing the first time, he was wandering the streets over a mile away from here. And you guys are so concerned in having a good home. Well, the person who took him didn't even give him a home. He just dumped him off in the middle of nowhere. And you were so concerned about taking my cats to the vet all the time. They didn't take him to the vet. Neither. So, nobody's done that. And because I've been over to the vet, all the vets most of the over town here. You know, posted up all of my posters, most of the posters I could post up around them. So, and you're complaining to me about not taking care of my cats very well. Well, put it this way: if my cat, has been dumped somewhere, anywhere in the next place where he's dumped to, he could get hit by. I don't know. He doesn't know where he is. It's a new whole place. It could be a busy area where you can get hit by a car, or it could get killed by a dog. See, I knew for sure I was comfortable where he was here because I lived here before. I never had any problems over here before like this. So they're so concerned. These people are so concerned of my cat's well-being. Apparently, they are not really that concerned. They're dumping my cats off in the middle of nowhere. Whoever's taking my cats. I've been all over my neighborhood, and the place where I found Timmy previously before. Even in my last video, you can see that. I've been doing it every day, driving through this neighborhood just to keep my eye out for him, just in case. No sign. So somebody took him, and most likely got dumped like last time. So, yeah. Everybody's so concerned about his well-being. But look what they done with Timmy last time. You know. So far that I know of, guys, I said, I've been almost all the veterinarians around town here, and no hide or hair of them. So again, there's that part of it. If they're so concerned about veterinarian care, they don't care. Whoever did it. I had no problem like this before. Somebody is doing it to spite me, and that's what's going on. If anybody's got any information, any word, you're not helping the situation by not doing nothing. And I didn't realize that my screen's up like that. So fix that here. And protecting the person who's doing it. You really need to come forward. You're not doing any good for the cat whatsoever. So or neither of the cats. Because apparently they're dumping them off somewhere in the middle of nowhere. That should tell you something there. So there's no justification in this whatsoever. Whoever's doing it. I would appreciate if anyone can help me with this, if anybody lives in Jackson. Get this word out, spread it out from people, or tell me where some dumping areas for cats where I can go look. You know, maybe possibility might be there. There's that place where I've been searching. It is a dumping area for people to dump their cats. I can tell you right now, because there's a bunch of cats over there. Tons. Wow. Someone just lost a Maine Coon like I did. Wow. Yeah, it's really messing me up. I mean, I don't know how many times I came close to being in an accident because I've been looking for my cat Timmy and Bonkers. Because of this. I'm already been accused of trying to kidnap kids. So, bunch of crap. I'm so burned out from the situation right now. I mean, I just got in microchipped just not long ago. And this crap has happened. So, I don't know what's going on. And it's affecting me dramatically right now. Yeah, I found a bunch of my videos of both Timmy and Bonkers. So that's what's got displayed in the background. That's how much I cared about my cats. I mean, I love taking them outside. I love taking pictures of them. I love taking video. I was wanting to do that again. It helped me get out of the house and stuff. I mean, that's why I love Timmy and Bonkers really well, because they stayed close by. They didn't really go far. I mean, I taught them well. I mean, God's sakes, I had Timmy and Bonkers for 8 years. He's my oldest. You can see how well they got along to Timmy and Bonkers in this video right here. They got along very well. They're not even related. So, I'm losing it. I mean, I was just getting back to almost normalcy when I got Timmy back. Had him almost a good whole month before he was taken again. So, I mean, I'm already accused this old lady that thought she had my cat. And then that's like, I mean, I said, I've been up to all the neighbors through this neighborhood, and there's a few of them that tried to help me out. So, most likely, somebody snatched them up and took them, and probably most likely have been dumped somewhere. And Bonkers has been gone about a month now. So that's a few days after I found Timmy last time. Just a few days after. I mean, if whoever is the people who are watching me, who doesn't agree what I'm doing, but the person who took the cats, they're not any better. I mean, if they're dumping them somewhere, so you're not getting any of your justification whatsoever. The cats are getting put in harm's way because of this.
My heart breaks for you and for them, Scott.
So, thank you, Lauren. Yeah. This does not justify this whatsoever. even my other cats are trying to make up for what's going on. They know I'm suffering here. My girls. I still have my girls. The only ones they took was the males. The males which were neutered. They weren't studs. They weren't being used as studs. They were never used as studs. They were the only ones fixed. And I still care for my girls too. There's not much you can do about that.
Whoever is doing this is a worthless piece of trash. I hope that they go to jail for animal endangerment.
Yeah, that's not gonna. This is Jackson. The ACBCA don't exist in Jackson. Even the Animal Control doesn't have much power of anything here, because even they're back. They don't have the complete power like they did last time they were in town here, because they don't have the backing of the sheriff department. Period. So that doesn't do any good. And you have to prove it. Who did? You gotta find who did it, or prove that the person did it maliciously. The cops ain't gonna do nothing. I just want my cats back. I'm gonna have to make. If I get them back, I'm planning to make effort to keep them in the house. I'm trying. But right now I'm spending money for trying to find them, which money I could spend. Get the windows here taken care of so they can't get outside the house. I gotta get chicken wired built screens for the windows so the cats can't scratch through the screens. I'm already bought flea medication for my cats and just waiting for it to come in the mail. I bought enough doses for every one of them. I'm already pawned my stereo twice because of this, and I'm gonna probably end up losing my stereo tomorrow because it's due tomorrow, because I have no money to get it back out. So that's how desperate I'm for money for this situation. It's cost me, let's say, cost me like what? Say, the $20 the first time when Timmy came up missing. About 20 bucks for the postcards and posters that I posted up. Cost me a little bit more because I decided to put more, put laminated posters on my car of both Bonkers and Timmy. Altogether from this when Bonkers came up missing, that's about another $25 for the first one Bonkers came up missing. Then after I found Timmy, I was like, good, great. I threw whatever I had left over away and didn't need him anymore. Then he comes up missing again. That's another 30 bucks again for posters and cards. Just try to find them again, and that doesn't include the gas I put in my car just to get it going around town, just trying to find my cats. That's how much I care for these guys. The only thing I had was worth money wise was my stereo. That was about it. Everything else was like, I have nothing to cover what that stereo was worth. It was a nice stereo. So I'm going to lose that tomorrow because it's due tomorrow. So Wonderful. That's surprised. I thought I lost all this footage and stuff and videos that I took of them because my hard drive crashed. I was so glad I had it backed up on another hard drive. I didn't see it until later. I thought I lost all of this. And I have all my pictures still, all my everything still. I'm glad I found them. Yeah, this one was when I was at the vet, getting him all vaccinated and everything else. So, both of them vaccinated. Yeah. I was trying to come on earlier, but I was dealing with other things. Been out and about trying to find Timmy and Bonkers again before it got dark. I had to go get my roommate's wife from work. So wherever they are, I'm hoping they're okay. I said the person, whoever took Timmy, dumped him in the middle of nowhere. So no, that area is a bunch of a lot of dumped cats. So I bet you what it is. This person is watching everything I'm doing, and basically dump them somewhere else. People need to watch out in their neighborhoods. Look out for any new cats that came in your neighborhood for the past month. Especially orange ones. I'm not sure where my gas is on my car at this point. I gotta start cutting down on the driving. I've been doing it practically the last few days, looking for my cats, and I'm running low on funds right now because of it. I'm doing my damnedest to try and find these guys. I don't know where else to look. Already been to the dog. Already been to the animal shelter. Already been to Cascades Humane Society. The problem is with those places are unless you're going to bring the animals that you found them, that's the only way they're going to take them in. Again, a lot of people don't. And again, they're just like if they're trying to turn an animal in to.
Karma will get this person sooner or later. Don't mess with karma.
So, because the shelter, you have to pay $25 just to put them in there, and the Cascades Humane Society is basically usually full all the time. I saw some pretty cats today. at those places when I was there. Getting updated information of Timmy, and especially Timmy's been microchipped. And again, there's no tracking on a microchip. The only tracking that you're going to get is unless they get turned in to the animal shelter or a veterinarian or some sorts. Because they have to scan it in and go to the registry online and report it found. That's how they work. They don't have a GPS tracker on them. None of them do. Not any different ones do. That they don't, because the GPS is a lot more complicated than what a lot of people think. Because they got to be constantly charged, have power. So, yeah. I definitely need to keep those guys. If I find them, I'm gonna definitely keep them in the house. Because I guess I can't let them outside anymore here. So hopefully the next place I move to, it'll be a different story. I never had this much problem. Not like this. I haven't done nothing to anybody. I keep to myself. I mean, basically, why am I so popular for this, or what are you going to say, a reason to be doing this to me in the first place? What have I done? Did this really get this bad? Some people just take my cats. I mean, really, how bad did it affect your life in order to do this? And if plus you think you're rescuing them by doing that, again, that does not make you any better than anything of me at all. If you think I'm being this bad, worse person, I'm not a person that goes out steal people's cats and dump them off in the middle of nowhere. So, but yeah, everybody's got any information, somebody. I know there's a lot of haters, but come on, you gotta think this is wrong, as bad as wrong as anything else I done. All they're doing is taking the cats and dumping them somewhere. Trust me, if I was in a certain look like if I was on let's say if I live on East Michigan or I'm trying to get some good ideas where if I live somewhere nearby a very busy street, depending on how, I won't let them out because they're too busy. I'll never let my cats out in that area. So I make sure it's safe enough for them to wander outside. And plus, it helps them if they get learn their territory if they do get stuck outside. That way, they know how to get home. Which hardly cats run away anyways. So they never do. Unless you're not feeding them or something. Playing games instead of doing all this. I haven't been in the mood doing that period at all now. Because I'm so depressed at this point. I'm going nuts. So if whoever done this, they see how these videos I'm playing in the background. They tore apart this family, my family, because they probably disagree with how I do things, or I get Social Security, or I breed cats. So, yeah, if there was a law against breeding, there's no law against breeding cats. I think they'll make a law for that particular reason. You know, they never did, and they probably never will. You might think it's wrong, but there are a bunch of other cat breeders that breed basically purebreds and other things, and not just purebreds. Don't forget. And how about if you're so concerned, what about those other cats out in the middle that don't have a home, out in the streets, breeding like crazy? Like over there, I was in that area and I found a bunch of kittens and cats, feral ones over there, breeding like crazy, running amok. Which actually helps quite a bit over there because they don't have to worry about field mice. That's for sure. See, cats are useful for a lot of things, especially for mice, and emotional support and other things. It's like Timmy, who was registered as a service animal, and Bonkers was registered as a service animal for my emotional needs. And then they took that away from me. Whoever took them. And that's why I'm going nuts right now because of this. Because I need them. And they're not there to help me. This person wants to see me suffer. Whoever is doing it in the first place. And it's like, most of you might think, why don't you just go get another cat or use the other 3 I got? Cats personalities are different from one another. See, my females, or some are trying to right now. She is trying to connect like Timmy is, but Timmy and me got a better connection than my females do. See, that doesn't work that way. You got it. Not all cats. It's like this one behind me right now, right? Shadow. She's more of a loner type cat. She don't really. See, she just lays there. She don't like to be held most of the time. She don't like to be. She might let me pet her once in a while, but not held or anything like that. So. That's all she'll do. Cats got their own personalities. It's like Timmy and Bonkers are the ones being really connected. And Miss Kitty sometimes, maybe once in a while. But that's about it. When I need it, Timmy's there. Or Bonkers. Like right now, I really need it now. especially now. They are well taken care of. I said they didn't take none of my females. The ones that they do have kittens, but they took the males that were neutered, weren't producing anything whatsoever for kitten wise. Because most of the time my females stay in the house on their sometimes unless they're in heat. That's about it. It's like Shadow here. She don't go outside when she has to. She'll stay in here. Constantly. She'll go out once in a while. Same thing with Little Miss. So... basically what I'd done with I figured out how, if I talked to that lady and one didn't refuse to answer the door. Basically what happened is I went to City of Jackson's website, looked up the property owner, and I thought I was gonna go talk to the landlord of the house. Which basically it is, but thankfully it was a family member actually. It was her sister. Sister owns the property. Talked to her. We had a nice little conversation, and she called me up a little later, and I finally found out she didn't have my cats after all. So pretty much it eliminates anybody down Euclid on that side of my area. I've talked to a few people over there. So somebody's coming through the neighborhood or something. Might know me and know my cats. I don't know. Who knows? There's a few people who are helping me out in the neighborhood here, trying to find my cats, but they're nowhere to be found in the neighborhood whatsoever. People have seen them when they were around at the time, but not after they were gone. They just poofed, disappeared. So somebody took them, most likely dumped them, because that's what happened to me last time. Because they said the person who had found them said he was just wandering the streets over there. Nowhere, it's like didn't know where the hell he was. So probably was like, where the hell am I at? Like right now, he's probably thinking the same thing. Where am I at? Both of them. I don't know. I'm trying to find a different place to live, but I'm putting my focus more of my attention on my cats right now. I'm trying to find where they're at. And the money I'm spending should be going towards my new place to live. Other than here. I mean, I'm getting Social Security, and I should be living in a better situation than this. With my cats. I mean, who do you know would drive around town looking for their cat? How many people do you know would do that? I bet you don't know that too many people would do that. I mean, or anybody would care to do that. I have met one person who would do that. Not one. In my entire lifetime. All they do will hang up posters. That's about it. I'm going literally out of my way just trying to find these two. And I'm not tend to giving up neither. I'm hoping, praying somebody will come across them, or a vet, or a shelter, or something, and hopefully they'll actually scan him, Timmy. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen. I mean, I hope they got my poster up there. I hope they, whatever cat they come across that looks like him, yeah, I hope they scan him. The chip. So. Yeah, the only footage I'd last seen him on my security cameras. I went through all my security cam footage that I tried to find anybody who picked up Timmy at all. The only footage I seen Timmy doing was walking right to my neighbor's driveway at 8:28 p.m. on the 21st. Or 20th, sorry. On the 20th. That was the last footage I had of him when I saw him. Walked to my neighbor's driveway under their, where he's been always hiding or going when he's outside in my neighbor's driveway across the street. Sitting there. So, yeah, I definitely got my security cameras up for the last month, so. That was the last time I saw him. And that was it. Timmy and his mom in the background video playing around. Yeah, I rescued Timmy 5 years ago. He was a rescue. He was 4 weeks old with 4 other kittens in a tote with a lid on it, middle of October on somebody's porch that they moved out of the apartment. Middle of October when it's cold. Somebody called me up, told me about it, and I went and grabbed them up. Found homes for the other 3 and the mom, and kept Timmy. That's how I got Timmy. Bonkers. The calico cat you see in the video here, it was Cal. That's his mom. I gave birth to Bonkers years ago, about 8 years ago. Mom had to put his mom down because she gotten cancer. So I had to put her down. Took her to the vet and had to have her euthanized. She was so bad. I waited as long as possible to the final days. And how Bonkers lost his eye, I do not know how he lost his eye exactly, because the reason why he lost his eye, well, it wasn't planned to keep him at the time. I was planning to get him a home. I had some issues with him at the time when he was a kitten. One was peeing everywhere, a lot, on clothes. He was still a baby. He was not really a full-grown adult at the time. I don't know what was his issue, but he kept on peeing on everything. So I started keeping him outdoors because of that reason. Well, I actually didn't really keep him outdoors. He basically I had the door open constantly. Let him out right there. He didn't go no further than that. He stayed right in the yard. And one day he was gone, disappeared. And trust me, I did my best I can to find him. Put posters up like what anybody would do. But after a couple weeks or so, it just, well, somebody must have gave him a home, whatever happened to him. But come to find out 4 months later, he ended up 3 blocks away, and a friend of mine found him. And he was missing an eye then, at that time, when he was found. We don't know what happened. He might have gotten in a fight with another cat or something. We don't know. And we eventually took him down to the vet, got it looked at. What it was the eye was deflated. That's what the vet said. The only thing that would have been done was, if I had the money at the time, all they would have done was seal the eyelid up. Now I asked the vet about that. It's mostly cosmetic surgery. It's not really a health risk or issue. That's all it is cosmetic to make the person who owns the cat feel better. Deal. You know, they did something. There's no way you're going to be able to reflate an eye. So, and they told me, the vet just told me, as long as I kept it clean. And again, he's been around missing an eye for 8 years. I should tell you something, man. 8 years, no one-eyed cat, and he's done very well. So, I'm just trying to find these guys. I don't know what. I mean, whoever this person did what they did, they're not any better than me or whatever you want to consider. You want to consider if it's justice, but it really ain't. If you're considering stealing somebody's cat and dumping it in the middle of nowhere is justice, there's something totally wrong with you. Yeah. Okay. You don't think they don't think they're not better off with me. They got a roof over their head. They're being fed, and which I already got 2 clean bills of health for both of them from a veterinarian. And there's proof him out. I showed that in previous videos. He had clean. They both had clean bill of health. Nothing wrong with them. And I had them tested for feline AIDS. Negative. Which a person claimed I sold a kitten to that had feline AIDS. Which I just proved that after I had that test done. So, that's in another video of mine. Because if the kittens had it, all my cats would have had it. So, all it is, they're trying to get at me because they disagree with breeding. So, that's all it's about. Some of you might have a different view on that too, but again, there's no law against it whatsoever. And again, if you're so, there's other. I mean, if you're concerned about what you do about the breeding outside that, the other cats that are breeding like rabbits outside nobody's home, the ones that are wild and feral. I mean, there's shitloads of cats over at Amherst, tons of them from breeding outside the place, and that's overpopulated over there. Trust me, I was like, yeah. There's a lot of cats over there, I found. More than I wanted to see. So. And it's like another 2 more people will try to help me out today. Over there. That cat stopped me and asked me about my cats. Gave him a couple. I ran out of Bonkers postcards. I'm out of Bonkers postcards. I don't have any more. I don't know if I should print more or not. I don't know because he's been gone for a month. I would like to print more, but I don't know if he's alive or dead right now. I mean, if I want to talk, I mean, bring up a kind of, I mean, I don't know what I'm running out of what to say here. Anybody wants to talk or ask me questions, go ahead. Don't be shy. And try not to be too much criticism as much as possible. I mean, I'll accept certain things, but don't go too wild. I mean, come on. Right now, I'm hurting so bad right now. Especially my mom's got cancer. And she's doing alright so far. Hey, here's Miss Kitty. She does this once in a while, not all the time. But she's a good lover. Yes, you're a good girl. Yes, you are. There's one of my girls. If anybody wants to help contribute trying to find the cats, because they're too far away, there is a link for a GoFundMe account in the description. Just to let you know.
There used to be 200 cats chilling behind the building where now Harbor Freight is now. Like kittens and everything back when the build day empty. They were all gathered up.
They
Never knew what happens to them.
Yeah, most likely, most of them got put down, homed, or something. Depending on how bad they are, or sick they are, or whatever they got to be treated for. How expensive it's going to cost. Especially if they're feral. It's not real easy to teach a cat, especially when they've been raised feral, to be domestic. Might make them great barn cats, though. You know, for farmers and Amish and stuff like that. But again, it's most likely it's happened. They almost got euthanized because there were so many.
How much does it cost to heat animal microchip for tracking?
Where I got mine was $23. And that was at Tractor Supply. I was told PetSmart. No, it wasn't PetSmart. I think it was Blaine's. It was PetSmart or Blaine's. One of the two. I was told if they do it a little bit more cheaper. I haven't looked into it yet. But Tractor Supply, you have to look at their hours. Usually it's on Mondays. There's a vet that shows up on Mondays. You can go in there with your pet and they'll microchip them right there on the spot. And it doesn't take very long. And it's $23 and some odd cents.
Can you track it by the chip?
No. There's no... I don't know where people got it from. There is no chip out there that does have a GPS tracker on it. So, I don't know where they got that from. The only way you can track them by the chip, unless they get turned into a shelter or a veterinarian that has a scanner. Most of them do now. They scan the chip in and they report and go on the internet where the registry is and report it in to the owner. That's how they find them. I was looking into a GPS tracker, but they're so expensive. They're like $100 for it, a GPS tracker. But it goes on the collar. And it's not just the buying it, there's the monthly fee you have to pay also to keep it active on top of that. I bought a tile, little thing they call a tile, and they said when I was looking, I was trying to find something for a GPS tracker, and the guy must have he labeled it wrong. It was only Bluetooth. It's a Bluetooth tracker, but the problem is with Bluetooth, it's a limited range. Whatever the range of your Bluetooth is, that's about it with that. I was looking for something like that for cheap enough, but I couldn't find nothing cheap enough. So they're pretty expensive. I want to track where my cats go. You know, I know they can go pretty good distance. Most of the ones I've seen, they've gone as far as like MAINE, 3 blocks. About as far as I've seen my cats go. The reason why I know that is because a couple of my cats returned back to a place I lived before, but that was 3 blocks away. They didn't move too far away from the previous place I lived, because they managed to find their way back there. But eventually got them to learn where the new place was. So they learned where the new place was eventually, and they got the idea. I even did that just in case with Bonkers. I'm not too far from an old place where actually was born at, on Amherst Street. He wasn't born too far from here. But again, it was like 8 years ago, or about almost 7 to 8 years ago though, where I used to live there. I don't know I don't know how well cats' memories are. Up to that, how long that was, But I did go drive down through William Street where I used to live, just in case, you know. Thought he might gone back there somehow. You know, no, that wasn't the case. So, because I've done it quite a few times. Not just once. Not one time. I've done it quite a few times, just in case he did do that. So if I did miss him or not. So, no, nowhere to be found there neither. I mean, I had people that said, it's like I seen a few orange cats in this area, and I was like, and a few of them have been reported by people, and I went to go check it out to make sure it wasn't them, which it wasn't. You know, confirmed it. And I get to say another person that tells me about the same cat later. Like, yeah, I already know about that cat. So, yeah, it's terrible. I already know where most of the orange cats in this area is. So yeah, it's like today when I was driving down Francis Street. I saw something orange with paws on it, lying dead on the side of the street. I was like hoping to God it wasn't Timmy or Bonkers, which it wasn't. It was a rabbit. So, same color as Timmy. So, because I didn't see the head at first. So. Yeah, it's like when I found that other cat at the Cascades Humane Society, the one who had a mangled up face. Swear to God, I felt bad for that cat. That somebody left behind. Somebody in Albion on Ludlow Road, whatever it was. They found it and took it into the Humane Society and left it there in front of their door. I went out. I decided to go out there one night. I usually go out there a couple times. I go out there just in case, you know. See anybody dump a cat or something. Dump my cat maybe out there. I go check out there once in a while. You know, see if by chance it got dumped out there. And I found this cat right there in a box. And mangled up face. And I found out what happened to that cat. They said they were trying to help it, but they couldn't, so they had to be euthanized. That was bad. That was like I thought it was Timmy at first, but it was a female. So there was nothing I could do about it. It was sitting laying there. I mean, middle of 3 o'clock in the morning when I went out there. I wish I could have done something. I couldn't. There was nothing I could do.
Found a tracker on Amazon for under 30. Can be tracked from your cell phone.
Yeah, it's probably Bluetooth. I want to look at it, see Bluetooth only. Mine tile cost like $20 when I purchased it off eBay, and it was only Bluetooth. Works with your GPS on your phone, but you gotta have internet access also on your phone to use it. But again, you still have to be in Bluetooth range. So it kind of sucks. Trust me, I have one. It's in my car right now, on my cat's collar, on my cat's harness, and it needs to be set. It says its lifetime. It's out. It needs to be replaced already. So it was a waste of. It was basically a waste of $20. So I'm not buying one of those again. I mean, I had Bonkers with the harness before he came up missing. That didn't stop the person to take him, because he still had the harness on when he was taken. So kind of sucks. So it didn't can't stop the person who took them. At all. I don't know. I've been hardly getting much sleep lately. I've been usually up early in the morning, real early, hardly get back to sleep. And I go out and after I just what I do, I just
Someone near you got to have the cat.
yeah, someone. We don't know who. Or it's been dumped. It's probably been dumped again. Like I found Timmy. I said he was dumped over there because the people who found him said he was wandering aimlessly there on the street for about a week. And that's a dumping area. There's a bunch of cats out there. A bunch of stray cats. Because there's no way he got there on his own. He was gone for about a week. I mean, literally, physically picked him up and took him over there. As I said, I've been telling everybody. He stays very close here. He doesn't wander off. Bonkers does. He wanders, but not Timmy. Timmy always stayed very close by the house.
Where you find him last time?
I found him on over at Amherst Street. Oh, actually, I can do that real quick. I'll show you on the map. Okay. Let me bring it up to show you. Alright. Robinson Street. And I'll show you how far he was at from me. Maps. I want maps. Where are the maps? Darn it. There we go. And directions to Amherst. Alright. Turn the video off. The background. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Alright. I live right about in here. Okay. And he was found over here. The last time. Yeah. That's where I've been searching for a while, for the last couple of days. I went over there many times, go through there, just in case. You never know. And But again, if he's not been done, he's probably most likely the same person who did it in the first place. Most likely it was the same person who did it again, and put him somewhere else. Probably dumped him somewhere else after that. Most likely. So. Yeah. .2 miles, pretty much, from my place where I was living at. That's how far he was from me. So, and I said they was wondering this.
Does your cats approach people if called?
Yes. He's very friendly. That's probably the only reason why he got it. That's why my females are not gone, because they don't approach anybody. Except for maybe this kitty, but other than that, but my females don't approach anybody. So my males do. They will approach. Yeah. Turn that video back on. Yeah. So I didn't know any other dumping areas, and I made. There's another place that I'm surprised. Probably hasn't figured that a lot. There's another place I could surprise nobody. They probably do. Is the park. I've been out. I went out that area too before. There's a lot of back roads out there.
So someone called him. Reason why person was not seen on camera.
I checked the car. I said, yeah, it probably wasn't seen on camera, but again, he didn't go very far from where I was living at. Again, I didn't see no place he wandered off anywhere else. Let's see. Okay, it's on the other computer. I would show you the footage. But it's on my other computer, so yeah, for that day. But yeah, he went all. I said I went through that whole entire footage. The last time I saw him was 8:28 p.m., where he went to his normal place like he always has, across the street from me, in the neighbor's driveway. And I said, I went through all that footage. And in order for he to come out to somebody from there, he has to walk back out from the driveway, out to the street and all that stuff. And when I call him, that's what he always does. He always came to me when I called him. So, but the thing is, I can't see anything on Euclid Street if he went on Euclid. Because if he went to
Think someone screwing with you knows cat's names.
Probably does.
And picked cat up.
Yep.
And took it. Waiting for a reward probably.
Yep, true. I'm not going to do another reward because of that reason. Because years ago, I wasn't even trying to get her. I didn't know he was gone or missing at the time. My cat Shaggy, there's a black cat I used to have, long-haired. And he came up missing for about a week. Didn't know what happened to him. But during that week, somebody kept on asking me, did I have a reward for him? Every time. I was like, no, I don't have the money. I'm just like everybody else. I was working a job, a regular 9-to-5 job, at White's Chicken at the time, not making much money, just minimum wage. It's like paying my bills and my rent at the time. I was like, where am I going to come up with reward money for the cat? And I was living in a studio apartment. But eventually he gave in finally, and and told me he had him. The reason why he took him was for the reward. It was the reason. Oh man. Oh man, I have to cut this. I'm gonna have to cut this in a minute because nature is calling. Oh. But yeah, I'm not gonna do another reward again.
Bet soon as you put reward up, people be poping.
Oh yeah. They kind of did. They really did. They started doing when I did do that. They said, but again, they didn't know where he was, or they didn't. They said they saw him here, they saw him there, and there was no confirmation. So at that point, and it's only the person on Amherst Street, and that's it. Oh my gosh. Alright, I am going to have to cut this video off right now because I got to go to the little boy's room and powder my nose. Unless I don't know how long I'm going to be in here. I might be back on right away. I might be back on again. Who knows? Alright. Thank you for watching though. I'll probably be right back on. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop this for now. Alright.